channel earlier, live under siege. But yeah, dude, shit's like 4 or 5 of them. So it's like Benghazi times 4 or 5.
But are the Cardassians okay? That's what I want to know. Are they safe?
They're hiding
That's the
in their
important
bunkers.
thing. As long as the
You know they're rich enough
Cardassians
to
are
work.
okay, I'm all right.
Yeah, I don't think the Kardashians have ever been really okay. You know,
Nah.
No.
like Kim Kart. Jesus, Ohio.
You all right
Like,
over there?
You
Sound like he's
fucking
right
dying,
on the
bro?
stairs.
Like Kim Kardashian, I think she's a sociopath. She's definitely a bitch. I know that.
But
Yeah.
most
I don't
of
know
those
why
people
anyone
are.
like. First of all, like, I know everybody likes big ass for some reason.
No.
That just doesn't make sense to me. It absolutely, like, a giant fucking ass. What the fuck's wrong with you people? I don't understand it. I will never understand it.
Yeah,
and
because
that's okay.
If an ass is so big, she ain't wiping that right.
Well, they get
Aren't
like
theirs
fucking ass
implants, though?
implants now, so their ass can stick out a little further than it does already, and they like, do like a million like fucking butt exercises at the gym, and then like eat lots of fucking like grains and stuff to put on fat, and then I don't know what the fuck they do, dude. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, and it looked like drumsticks. Instead of being proportioned to their body, it just looks weird.
Yep.
Oh shit! Daniel dropped in $2. Said unconfirmed video of U.S. embassy in Lebanon on fire. Let's try to look that up real quick.
I didn't even know we were live.
I still say it won't be World War III until China attacks Taiwan.
Yeah, we were talking about that over on Duke's chat, that would be perfect opportunity for them to do it, would be with all this shit popping off over there now. They just attacked Taiwan, and then North Korea attacked South Korea.
And as soon as that
All right.
happens, I'm leaving the city limits.
So this says angry mobs are forming in front of a bunch of American, European, and Israel embassies tonight. Some are pushing past securities and starting fires. Videos of some U.S. Embassy Beirut, Lebanon, U.S. Embassy in Baghdad, Iraq, French Embassy in Tunisia. Reports of Turkey and Yemen protests outside Western embassies right as Iran's embassy just posted, "Time is up" on X. This could get ugly fast. Does anyone feel safe knowing Joe Biden's at the helm right now, protecting your country and embassies?
And still over there in Israel.
Why do we still have embassies
Is he in
there
Israel?
the first place?
I didn't know if he's still over there.
I don't know if
He
he
supposedly
was
went
there
over.
yesterday or whatever, but yeah, I don't know if he's still there.
There's no way that he's still in the Middle East right now.
Yeah,
He's got to be on his way back. Got to be on his way back.
They're just doing circles in the sky.
getting
I
refueled.
don't think he's going to be in. There are already a bunch of countries a couple of countries that have canceled their meetings with him. With all this going on, dude, they got to get out of there. They got to get out of there.
Like, who could have
Again,
guessed that a bunch of Middle Easterners who believe in a fucking archaic religion where their prophet, their fucking messiah, or whatever they want to call fucking Muhammad, marries like 9-year-old children and fucking like takes over cities and like rapes and burns shit, and that's like the example that they live by? Like, of course we're gonna have problems. Of course the religion of peace is going to show itself as anything but the religion of peace, while they scream in your face how peaceful they are, and they're just like, fuck this shit, dude. Like, I can't even say what I am.
Over it.
Fair enough. Over it was what I was going to say. Exactly.
So my question is, with this all coming to light and popping off over there, U.S. embassies, potentially getting attacked, at the very least, fires and protests and shit are going on. But say if they do start getting run over and attacked and things start popping off everywhere else, like we already mentioned, is there a strong possibility of nukes being involved?
I don't
least
think
to a
right
degree.
away. No, not right
I'm
away.
gonna say cooler
like
heads
down the line, yeah, of course, dude. But like, I don't think anyone's going to be willing to just right off the bat be like, okay, we're gonna go from the embassy's on fire to nukes.
Yeah, there's going to be clear escalation at some point that would have to cause that.
Down the line, though, yeah, fucking very possible. Absolutely, I think that's everyone's real fear when it comes to World War III.
Who has nukes over there?
Well, Iran supposedly has been working on a nuclear weapons program for like 2 decades, and if they don't have one by now, that's kind of surprising.
and there's still Pakistan.
Certainly Russia, China, Pakistan, India,
Yeah, okay.
France, Britain, Israel, Germany, us. Like, there's a bunch of fucking countries with nukes out there.
Yeah,
that are-
depending on which one of the ships they send over to, we could have tactical nukes on board on that ship, like a bunch of them.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, and there's
thinking
I'm telling you, there's a submarine in the area.
Oh, I guarantee there's more.
There's a submarine in the area hanging out. There's the MU, the Marine Expeditionary Units there. That's the one that's going to show up if one of these embassies gets overrun. That's who's on standby. I guarantee these guys are waiting. The helicopters are fueled and loaded on top.
Raw feeding on a lighter note says, "What kind of bike did you get?" I got a Ninja 650.
Wait, you got another one?
Well, no, it's the same bike.
Oh,
Well, another one from when? Yeah, I mean, I recently got it, so yeah.
like months ago?
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, for $1,000 is what I bought it for. Also, I'm with you. I prefer the fit look. Kim Kardashian is a no for me, dog. Fuck yeah, dude. That's gross. It probably smells like poop. Can you imagine, like, every time she uses the bathroom, what she's got to go through to get that trunk clean?
A couple of bidets.
She has a water hose.
Yeah. An air dryer.
Daniel says, "Call them what they are, goat fuckers." I prefer to. What's the dancing child? You guys know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you told us it
Heard
before.
that before. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. They have a name for it. This is I think this is Afghanistan who practices this, but I think it's more widely practiced in Islam in multiple countries, but in Afghanistan is where the U.S. soldiers were exposed to this and came home with a disgusted fucking view of the Afghanis because of it. And basically they're like, yeah, we're not gay and we can't have sex with girls unless we're married to them. But what we can do is have butt sex with little boys, and we'll dress them up as a girl and have them dance around us at these like all male fucking like tent parties that they have. It's fucking disgusting. And like so many of them practice it that like they're all guilty of it in my opinion.
Yep. And those are the ones that need to be taken out.
John says, "You're racist." Islam is not a race, sir. Islam is not a race.
He's a bigot, not a racist. Get this right.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah. That's disrespectful. Come on now.
Dr. Prepper says, "Hate dating sites. Looks good in a picture than meet, and she's overinflated." I'm an ass for saying she's not my type. I can't help what my dick likes. Bro, they always do that picture from above where it's like the camera's like above their head and they're looking up at it because it makes their face look skinnier and hides their fat ass.
I was watching one the other day where it was a dude going on a date, and it was some other dude that showed up and claimed that they were trans, and it was totally not the same person that was in the pictures.
Dude, there's a lot of these videos right now. I'm just like, and I'm not sure where all of these where we're even looking at right now. Like, I'm not sure, but. And the thing is, I've been reading reports about, like, why is everyone so upset right now? Why is everyone so upset? Well, supposedly, Israel sent over some sort of missile that blew up a hospital, killing like 500 people, give or take. I'm not sure what the official number is as of right now. But they're saying, like, yeah, Israel did it, number one. Number two, they specifically targeted this hospital, right? And so therefore we are justified as doing whatever we want to fight against these people because they're evil. Like that's the fucking that's the war cry going on right now. But the thing is, they make their own missiles over there. Hamas makes their own fucking missiles. They dig up the water pipes. That's why they don't have any water in Gaza. They dig up the water pipes and turn them into missiles, into rockets, right?
Wow.
And these homemade backyard rockets don't always work right. There's a good chance you fire off a rocket, and instead of going over into Israel, it goes a couple of blocks over into that fucking hospital right there. And then the other thing is, it didn't, like, the rocket in question didn't even hit the hospital itself. It hit the parking lot of the hospital. And reports are that there were munitions that were being hid either underneath or inside of or whatever inside of this hospital. And so when that rocket blew up in the parking lot, it set off munitions inside of the building, which blew up the fucking whole hospital and killed 500 people.
Wait, you mean they have munitions at hospitals? What?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, that's what Hamas does, right? So, like, what they do is they're like, hey, we got to have this weapons manufacturing facility. Where are we going to put it? We could put it in this building that has no one in it. We could put it in this field that has no one in it. Or we could put it underneath this school or church or hospital or whatever, right?
Because it's somewhat protected because no one's going to launch it against a school.
Okay,
Yeah.
I came a little bit later, but was the hospital in Gaza or was it in the Israel side?
Gaza.
So they blew up them people.
Yeah, well, then they're blaming it on Israel, though. And the thing is, no one really knows. I don't know definitively of what I just said. Is that true or not? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what I read and what I heard. And there's equally another alternative view of facts that neither one of has been confirmed yet. That says actually it was a specific kind of Israeli rocket. Like, here's video of the rocket going off here. Here's the rocket going off at the hospital. It looks really similar. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but didn't you say earlier that Israel stated that they had nothing going on that night or at that time?
Well, and that's according to Israel again. So could that be a lie? Absolutely. Absolutely, it could be a lie.
Oh, yeah.
If it was them that shot a rocket and it either intentionally or accidentally went into this hospital and killed 500 people, they have every reason to obfuscate and lie about what happened. But is it also feasible that they weren't actually shooting anything off? Because, like, there's media and camera crews and all around, like, these facilities that they're shooting rockets from. So it would be pretty easy for an independent journalist to confirm or deny the fact that what they are saying is true about them having operations going on in the time in question. So I think the truth will be known one way or another for sure about this. The question is, how far will these insurgents go? How far will these protests go? How many people are going to lose their lives tonight and tomorrow, or however long it is until they find out that truth? Sorry, I keep talking over everybody. I'm a jerk.
No, I mean, someone crop dusted. So
No, it's all good. I think it almost doesn't matter because that's always been like a fucking hornet nest debate about, those two groups fighting against each other. It's just the question is how many people can be added to the fields of the fire.
Foos, you've got a girlfriend now, yeah?
yeah.
You ever give her the old Dutch oven?
A girlfriend? Foos has a girlfriend?
Yeah.
He got a girlfriend?
Yeah, we've been seeing each other for 3 years. No, 3.5 years.
Damn, I didn't realize it's been that long.
Yeah, April of 20 when we started seeing each other, and I moved in with her in March.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you say April 20th?
April of 20.
Oh, I was like, you started dating on Hitler's birthday? That's crazy.
Well, I mean,
maybe.
actually, it very could have been that bad. That it could have been really close to that because we started talking right around her birthday, and it's in the early April. So I mean, we could have been seeing each
There's
other
the
right
fact
around
that Honda knows Hitler's birthday. So.
You don't?
Everyone knows it's April 20th, dude. Everyone knows Hitler's birthday. It's the same day that Columbine happened. It's the same thing about the smoking weed day back in the day. I don't know what the connection is with Hitler, but like it seems to happen. A lot of bad things happen that day.
Okay, that's your excuse. Okay, got it. No, makes sense.
Where were you when Columbine happened?
Hell if I remember.
I remember exactly where I was. I was at my friend Sam Minnick's house, who had a tree house that he built when he was a kid, that we used to go over there and smoke weed. And we were ditching school because it was April 20th, and that's what you do on April 20th is you ditch school and go smoke weed. So that was what we were doing, was smoking weed inside of my buddy Sam Minnick's fucking treehouse fort that he built in the backyard. And we had a camcorder for some reason, and we were recording each other, like tell jokes and stuff. And watching that video is eerie because, like, while we were joking and laughing and having fun and a good time and not at school, there was a group of people who were specifically at a school not far away doing very, very bad things.
When was that? 1999, wasn't it?
Yeah. I actually found out recently there's apparently an entire subreddit for the Columbine killers for some reason, and I'm just like, why does this exist?
Because a small number of people are fanatical and idiots.
I know. I was 16. Who knows the hell I was doing? I don't even remember.
Well, the thing is,
the reason you probably remember is because Aurora is not too far from you.
well, it's Columbine High School.
Yeah, and then
In South Park, Colorado, right down the street from where I live, and that's the same school that Matt and Trey Parker, the dudes who do South Park, that's their high school. They just didn't go there anymore because they're older. Anyway, here's the Lebanese embassy. I think it is. Yeah, Lebanese embassy. Pro-Palestine mob attacking embassy in Lebanon. U.S. embassy. So that's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is supposed to be a Taco Tuesday where we talk about guns and stuff, but it seems to me there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. So we're just going to talk about whatever tonight.
So are people stacking up on ammo?
I mean, hopefully
I should.
you guys have a good stockpile of ammo already, and you're not panic buying because if you don't buy it now, you're never going to have any.
I mean,
but
I did purchase 20,000 primers today before all this crap kicked off. But I plan on shooting heavier next year. So
thing is, I have a lot of ammo of guns I don't even own.
hey, Leo, I'll buy some ammo off you. You got something?
Oh, bro, here. There's a video pertaining to you, Leo, that we need to watch real quick.
You got any 308, Leo?
No.
Okay,
nothing rifle caliber.
All right, let me do the thing where my computer captures all the sound. Hold on.
All right. We're here tonight with Joe, and we're just...
Can you hear it okay?
Yeah.
Running some information.
So this is from what I gather from the video, this is an FFL somewhere in the great state, the land of Lincoln, the great state of Illinois, with your brand new background check for ammunition laws that just passed.
Yep.
And a little surprise that they snuck into the system, kind of showing where they're going next. So go ahead, enjoy.
Information on ammo sales, and we got a little surprise that popped up tonight, didn't we?
We did. So, hi everybody. Just so what we found out is we've known for a while, and everybody's kind of known, that they started doing a background check for ammunition. It was originally not supposed to be a background check for ammunition.
You got a visitor.
It was mostly supposed to be a background check to verify your FOID's validity because they don't have expiration dates on them anymore. So I just had two customers come in, buy some ammunition, and we went through the ammunition process, and let me show you what they've done. So what they've done is they've changed what used to be, you came over here to the firearms and ammunition transfer, you went here to the ammunition transfer, And when I scrolled down, I saw, whoa, there's a new button over here, start weapons accessory transfer. So now they're tracking any of the accessories. So if we have...
So now if you buy accessories, you have to do a background, or I don't know if they've passed this yet or if they've just put it into the system so that when they pass it, they're ready to implement it. But the system that they have in place is a background check system for not only guns, receivers, all that stuff, but also ammo and accessories. If you want a fucking barrel or a handguard or a stock or whatever. Now you have to, in the state of Illinois, or at least you will have to, go through a background check when you buy a bolt carrier or whatever.
That's bullshit, dude.
But it goes on. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just find it interesting that they do it over in states like Leo, but never states like mine. Because you think they would go hard on that, but I guess some people put a stop to some stuff like that. They only trip more on the ghost gun shit.
All right, onward, because there's more. There is more to this.
Magazines, or if we have any, handguards or whatever they are that we're selling, that's getting tracked. And then I clicked on the select ammunition transfer, and then this now comes up. This is brand new. So they're now tracking the caliber of the ammunition.
Oh yeah, I seen that. That's for the ban here in Illinois.
Yep, this is Illinois. So why would they do that? Why would they track what kind of ammo, specifically what caliber of ammo you're buying?
To make sure your gun is registered.
Yeah, well, basically, yes, to make sure that you don't have guns that aren't registered. Because if you're buying a bunch of like 7.6239, and they know you don't have an AK, and they know you don't have a SKS.
You have Ruger Ranch.
Yeah, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like,
but that or what if you're buying for someone else?
Again, against the law there now, according to what I understand, right? Like that's basically a straw purchase of ammo, right?
Okay.
Pretty much.
Because you have to verify your FOID card.
Yeah.
Stephen Carroll, member for 13 months. Thank you, good sir. Says, I've got a girlfriend. You wouldn't know her, though. She goes to a different live chat.
Okay, back on that ammo thing real quick. It's one of them weird situations where, like, oh, maybe we can track people. I'm pretty sure there is illegal people doing illegal shit. Buying shit for cartels, wherever, all this stuff. Ammo, all that. And then we don't want no background check. But I can see person saying like, oh, we gotta have a background check for that because people buying ammo. I could see this also being a thing where they're gonna start attacking people who make their own ammo. So be ready for that.
Well, New York, and another story that we'll go into in just a minute, they are proposing, I don't know if it's actually like gone through yet or whatever or not, but they're proposing that if you buy a 3D printer, that in order to buy the printer, you have to go through a NICS background check.
What?
California trying to do the same. They try to make it make you the FFL dealer.
Because I guess their thinking is like, well, if you've got the only reason why you'd want to buy a 3D printer is to make guns. So if you're buying a 3D printer, we better make sure that you're able to have a gun.
And that wasn't the first time either, because they, back in my state, they tried to do that same thing with people with CNC machines, but they found out like too many builders and all types of stuff use CNC machines.
Raw Feeding says, anyone hear about all these American ammo companies being bought by a foreign entity? No, I have not. The only thing I've heard about is Lake City being basically bought out of all of their 5.56 ammo anyway.
Yeah,
until the end of
the,
time.
The government said, "Hey, don't be selling anything to the public," which is about like 30% average of our 5.56 comes from Lake City. The other companies, someone from a company from Czech Republic bought some ammo manufacturers.
I mean, we've lost a couple. Like Winchester, are they still making ammo?
Yeah, Lake City is who their distributor is.
So Winchester's Lake City. So there's no more Lake City.
Well, I mean, there's other Winchesters out there. They just run the plant right now. They just
specifically it's
they're just
Oakland
running the plant.
Winchester is like specifically it's Oakland Winchester is like the subsidiary for them or whatever. Is what I heard the other day.
Yeah, well, no, so Lake City's owned by the government, but right now Winchester is running Lake City.
Okay.
A few years ago, Hornady was running Lake City. It's whoever gets the contract for the either 3 or 5 years, whatever it is, for operations.
Well, what about the Hornady plant that blew up the other day, or somebody got blown up in the river the other day?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Go Shadow says they're not turning water pipes into missiles. They get them from Iran, and they have many U.S. made that got left behind in Afghanistan. I believe they're getting them from Iran. I believe they've got many left behind from Afghanistan. But I also watched a video where I saw them literally dig up pipes, cut them all to the same length, and manufacture them into rockets. So to say that they are not doing that is incorrect, sir.
Yeah, so Vista Outdoors.
Was it rockets or mortars?
Rockets. They're building rockets. Like they're missiles. It looks like a fucking missile. They're putting fucking like those little wing things on the end of them. It's a fucking missile. It's a rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I guess a mortar is also a rocket too. Is it? Basically, almost the same thing.
Dude, if the Germans could do it during World War II to send rockets over into fucking Great Britain, I'm pretty sure with all the modern technology and schematics and designs and successful prototypes over the years since then, that maybe some Hamas dudes can turn water pipes into missiles. I'm just saying, like, it's possible.
I mean, don't forget, we can go to the basic shit of guns. I mean, it's not hard to make guns and explosives. As long as you ain't an idiot.
So I found Vista Outdoors, who owns CCI Federal, Remington Spear, HEVI, sold to a Czechoslovakian group, Czechoslovak group, 1.9 billion all cash. This group is based in Prague. They own other CZ Czech military armament firms, including a couple companies, and has a majority stake in Fiocchi already. So I mean, I think everything's still gonna be okay because Fiocchi, but
dude, I think it'd be a great time if you had the capital and the means, like the Daniels of the world out there, to set up some sort of component of ammunition manufacturing, whether you're producing bullets or cases or primers or powder or whatever it is, or maybe you're doing the whole thing, maybe you're doing every part of it and just producing bullets.
It's funny that you say that, Honda, because I wanted to get into that business just for the sake of it. I mean, I don't know how they would trip if I put like a naked lady on the fucking ammo box or some shit, but one of my coworkers, one of his buddies, they moved to Arizona. They make their own little box of ammo. They're like Korean dudes. So
I mean, the bullets are probably the easiest to get into. Well, depending on what kind of bullet you're making.
If you had like one of those like
Smokes?
machine presses or whatever, you could make cases all day long. It wouldn't be that hard. I mean, to set up it would be hard, but once you have it set up, it wouldn't be that hard.
I hear the primer thing is a bitch.
It is because of the priming component. Whenever
it's got a
wet,
little mini
it's fine.
anvil in it. Yeah.
Yeah. The easiest is handgun bullets because it's smelting lead. And then it'd probably be cases. Well, probably rifle bullets in cases. Then getting into your projectile, your powders and explosives.
Yeah, dude, shit's going crazy though. Look how many people are on their way to the embassy in Lebanon.
Jesus.
That's nuts.
What do they plan on doing when they get there?
That's what I'm wondering.
Whatever the fuck they want.
I guarantee you they have more weapons with them than the the Trump supporters did on January 6th.
I bet you one of them does.
Well, how many people got arrested on gun charges that day?
None.
0. That's right. Not a single person. There was some quote-unquote thwarted attempt by Proud Boys, supposedly, but for all we know, this could be just a setup by the FBI to bring in a boat off of the Potomac to as close to the White House as they could get to provide weapons and reinforcements. But, of course, this never happened, so... But Enrique Tarrio still doing, 22 years in prison for it?
Yep.
Okay, how do you guys feel about this? Arkansas becomes the first state in the nation to force a Chinese state-owned company to give up its American land.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. About damn time.
I don't think it's the first instance of it, though, because there was I think it was in Nevada. There was some Air Force base or something in Nevada, and like this Chinese company was like, "Oh, we want to buy this farmland here in the desert for farming," and they were like, "Sorry, China, not today."
Right, but then they didn't own it at that time.
Yeah, that would be more like not selling to them. This would be you're not owning this land anymore, motherfuckers. You already owned it.
Right.
All right, I'm not. I don't know everything. What the fuck is this?
That's a good question.
The next Parasite.
What
that looks
the
like
fuck?
some shit off Aliens, bro.
Yeah.
It's a baby face hugger.
Like that's the thing that crawls in.
It looks like it's supposed to be a fish, a water creature, and it's flipping out
like a leaf.
Well, it looks like a leaf until it starts doing that thing.
Like one of them bug leaves. Yeah, blend in.
But it's got spikes all over it. Like
yeah.
A bite from that starts the zombie apocalypse.
It's probably fake.
Yeah, what's the Bible say? Like mouth of a lion, tail of a scorpion, sent to earth to torment man for.
That's got a tail of a scorpion.
Kind of a lion mouth thing. I don't know the fuck that is. You see that? Right? I'll try to catch it. The little spiky thing. It's got fucking lion teeth, bro. Anyway. I was hoping that would freak Duke out, but he left, so.
I'll love it and pet it and call it George.
What that is.
Okay, this one is a little bit longer. So if at any point you guys have commentary, just chime in and I will pause it. But I think it's worth a listen. Again, this is 6 minutes. I don't know if we'll get through the entire thing, but really, really good. And I'll skip the first little bit. Okay, right here. So this is a politics editor at Breitbart talking about the Hunter Biden laptop from hell situation that was swept under the rugs to get Biden into office in the 2020 election. She really breaks it down. So anyway, we will listen.
Editor at Breitbart. I'm here today because I published a series of news stories 3 years ago in October of 2020 about Hunter Biden's now infamous laptop, also known as the laptop from hell, which is seen as some of the most scandalous reporting of the last decade. What was more scandalous than the reporting itself, though, was the fact that it exposed the unholy alliance between the intelligence community, social media platforms, and legacy media outlets. At the time, I was deputy politics editor at the New York Post, and my reporting showed that despite then-candidates Joe Biden's repeated and furious denials, he was apparently involved in the foreign business deals of his family. Over several days, just weeks before Americans would vote for their next president, I revealed verified, authentic emails from the Biden Scion's hard drive showing Ukrainian business partners receiving leaks from the Obama White House. I documented an off-the-books meeting between then Vice President Biden and a Ukrainian energy executive and introduced the world to the big guy who got action on a deal with CEFC, China Energy Company. The Post published exactly how the material for the reporting was obtained, even identifying our sources, as well as a federal subpoena showing the FBI was in possession of the material the story was based on and had been since December of 2019. But when the stories appeared on social media that morning, the venue where millions of Americans go to find their news and editors to get their angles, within hours, the reporting was censored on all major platforms on the basis of being called hacked or Russian disinformation. Twitter refused to allow users to share the link to the stories, banned the links from being shared in private messages, a policy, by the way, that's used to clamp down on child porn, and lock the Post out of its verified account.
So yeah, like, oh, here, let me turn off the echo thing so no one gets echo while we're talking. The way that this went down is, as the editor or whatever it was at Breitbart, they got this information, they verified the information, they cited their sources, they went forward with the story, they brought forward fucking, like, damning evidence for a presidential candidate at a crucial time during the presidential race. But the thing is, the FBI and the CIA, or at least the deep state, someone in there, was tracking all of this. And they knew that this story was going to come out. And so they got ahead of it. And what they did was they went to, like, Twitter, Facebook, all the, like, YouTube, all the different fucking social media sites, and said, hey, there's going to be this story coming out that's Russian disinformation about a laptop and some emails about Biden and blah, blah, blah. So when you guys see it, you know what to do. You take care of that. They've had this back. I mean, like, the Twitter files, all that we saw from that, opened the door to us realizing what's going on with the government and the government censorship that's directly antithetical to the First Amendment, which we have the absolute right to speak whatever the fuck words we want to fucking speak because we're fucking Americans. And if you take that right away from us, we are no longer fucking Americans. And that's exactly what they've been doing. My channel, this very YouTube channel, has received multiple fucking YouTube strikes based upon bullshit like this, like medical disinformation. And so this shit fucking cuts a little deep for me. I'm sorry to fucking get pissed, but someone talk. Someone say something, please.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have come out since this and said, had they known about this laptop before voting, they would have never voted for Biden's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, like, this act alone, if nothing else like, discount all the fucking, like, the ballot counting and the other stuff that they did, Dominion shit, and, like, the fucking, all the things that they did to get through, like, the mail-in ballots and all the different things. You, like, let them have all of that. Let them have every little bit of it. You change this one fucking thing where the story about this laptop and all of the corruption and the bullshit from the Biden family, specifically from Joe Biden, the guy who's running for president, gets known to the American people in the way that it should have been known to the American people before an election. And it's like, great, we can talk about it now. We can say what we want on YouTube now. It's too fucking late.
Mm-hmm.
Damage is done, bro. So
they're glad it came out late. Because it can't be done. Nothing can be done. And Biden's not going to run for another term. So they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's so many moving pieces on the chessboard right now that it's hard to see the end game. It's hard to see where it's going, you know? But it doesn't look good for us. The pawn's on the board, right? Like,
nope. Yeah, I mean, only thing we need to do is gear up, because then there's not going to be an election next year.
Oh, doubtful, highly doubtful.
Well, when you look at the
way that
prosecution,
Trump is up in the polls, there's no way they're going to do it.
When you look at these, like, the timing specifically of these prosecutions, like Super Tuesday, like the day that they decide who the Republican nominee for president is, Trump's got to be in court. Trump can't be campaigning because he's in court. There's several things that Trump can't talk about because he's got a gag order as a ex-president running for president again, a gag order keeping him from speaking badly about what's the dude's name? The main prosecutor who's doing everything, Jack Smith or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like several other things, like he's just not allowed to talk about. He's not allowed to talk about Biden, or not Biden.
Pence.
Pence. Thank you, because there's active investigations of what was happening during the Trump presidency, and if he invokes Pence's name, then he's, going against his gag orders shouldn't be a thing, unless there's specific confidential information that is being through the process of court, like a lawsuit or something, being shared with the court. That's personal information. I could see that, right? There's no reason that anyone should be talking about that, and it's malicious if you do, and so there should maybe be a rule about that and kind of thing or whatever. But when it comes to, I think the president running for office and having freedom of speech while doing so is probably, and if you can think of something more important, it's probably the most important instance of freedom of speech that exists. There is no higher form of freedom of speech than a political office run for a president. There should be nothing off the board. There should be no taboo subject. There should be no words that cannot come out of his mouth if he wants to speak them, and that's where we're at, dude. Anyway, let me hit these super chats so we'll get back to the video. Diego dropped in $2. Said Congress already got a $100 billion aid package to Israel. Ready.
Yeah, that son of a bitch Schumer was talking about today.
I mean, I'm glad they can spend our children's future into oblivion. I'm glad that they can spend our fucking dollar into oblivion so that when you go to the grocery store or the gas station, you fucking spend every penny that you have just getting by for the fucking month rather than having extra for buying guns and ammo and doing all the fun stuff that you like to do. That's out the fucking window. Agenda 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. How are they going to get there? Well, it seems like the way that they get there is by bankrupting everybody, by making a fucking Venezuelan dollar out of the fucking US dollar. It's going to be like $10,000 for a cheeseburger soon. Watch.
Our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren are already fucking broke. And they ain't even here yet. It's ridiculous.
MSB 9021 said, dropped in $10. So this won't be worth shit in a few days. Spend quickly.
Very true.
Well, not with them spending $100 billion like it's fucking candy, like it's water.
But yet they couldn't get, what was it? Was it 4 million or 4 billion for the wall?
Yeah, because that's too much. Yeah. Bro, I think about when I was in high school and the national debt was like $3 trillion or something like that.
Yep.
It was like $2 or $3 trillion. And I was like, why don't they just print $2 trillion and pay off the debt? And everyone will take a little hit to the amount of money that, what your money can buy or whatever, but then we won't owe any money to anybody. We won't have to pay interest on that money. We can live within our fucking means, and that'll be the end of inflation. Everyone's like, you're crazy. You're an idiot. You don't know how things work. Like, okay, fast forward to today, they just fucking print $1 trillion like it's fucking nothing, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Midget with carrot cake says
a trillion is nothing.
Oh, really? It is. I mean, especially when they don't even have to print it anymore. Like back in the day, they'd have to go to the mint and the fucking the printing press, and they'd have to make all these dollar bills and send them out to everybody into the banks and hold them in escrow and everything like that. Now it's just ones and zeros on a fucking computer. They just hit enter and it's done. Midget with carrot cake dropped in $5. Said, what caliber would you recommend for hunting? My wife does not like shooting .308. Would 65 be a good option? 6.5. Oh, 6.5.
Pretty more. Yeah, I have one. Yeah, they're less recoil, but I'm like 3. Yeah, I mean, but it depends on what you're hunting, I guess. For some people would say. I mean, as long as you're shooting past pretty far, but I mean, 308 is about is what soft shooting you're going to get compared to the other higher calibers that do hunting.
I mean, 30-30 will take anything in North America.
Get a SKS. 7.62 by 39.
You know,
Oh yeah, I forget it's 300 blackout. Ain't that right?
that's what they
300
use to
got
poach
like-
elephants in Africa. If you can kill an elephant with 7.6239, you can kill an elk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell you. If you got an AK, you have a hunting rifle. Like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget, ain't it this? Because I, barely gonna say into the whole thing with hunting, but certain states got certain laws on what calibers you can use.
Yeah, Ohio is a
see,
straight walled hunting state.
Like in Colorado, it has to be bigger than 22, so 223 doesn't count. You can't hunt with 223, but you can hunt with 243 or whatever else you want. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of
'cause I know
northern
it's-
states are 357 or higher.
I don't know. I want to go hunting though. Let's all go hunting.
Same.
Let's do a big fucking meetup where we all bring a hunting rifle and a handgun, and we have handgun shooting contests and kill fucking whitetail or something.
We can go
Yeah,
to Daniel's new land and hunt for free.
Oh yeah, when Daniel gets his 1,000,000 acres, that's where we're going, bro. I hope that's okay, Daniel.
I'm down, but that's one thing weird too, because I heard certain states too. Oh, we don't like you bringing semi-auto, so you got to carry both actions. Like, okay.
We promise to clean up after ourselves,
Yep. We'll behave ourselves.
but we will make lots of noise. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, let's finish this video here. Oh, let me do the.
Okay, he's in my face.
Distribution and reach of the links on its platform. However, the stories were not based on hacked materials, nor were they Russian disinformation. And despite those claims appearing to come out of thin air at the time, we would eventually learn that they actually didn't come out of thin air at all. On October 19th, 5 days after the Post began publishing, Politico ran a story headlined, "Hunter Biden's story is Russian disinfo, dozens of former intel officials say." God, I can't even say that with a straight face, you know? Politico printed a letter completely uncritically from veteran members of the U.S. intelligence community, falsely claiming that the Post expose has, quote, all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation. My God. Most notable among the signatories of that letter were Jim Clapper, from former DNI, Michael Hayden, former CIA, John Brennan, former CIA, despite having such damaged credibility following their participation in the Russia collusion conspiracy theory.
Okay, do you guys remember that when they were like 50 former intelligence agencies, like top officials, say that the Hunter Biden laptop story has all the earmarks of a Russian disinformation campaign?
Yeah, they said it on every news channel except for Fox.
Yeah, they won't shut up about it.
Well, the thing is, if you listen carefully to that, what are they saying? Nothing. They're not saying anything. They're saying, are they saying that it's Russian fucking leaked information? No, they're saying it has all of the earmarks of what looks like it could be Russian disinformation. But at no point do they claim that it's fake. At no point do they claim that it's not real. At no point do they claim like anything, really. Like, you really have to, it's weasel words. It's like lawyer speak for like,
It's double
what
speak.
does the mean, or whatever the fuck Clinton said. I forget what he said.
I'm gonna say this real quick for Midget Character, because he lives in my state, so it's like I never saw no restrictions as far as caliber, as far as hunting, but best bet I can only say is 308 or 6.5, but I can say 308 more because of the recoil, and in my state, of course, we can't shoot regular bullets. We have to shoot environmental kind of bullets when it comes to hunting. So that's all I can say about that.
Your state's so gay. I'm sorry, dude.
That's not. I just don't understand it. Like, okay, I'm shooting something to kill something, but we have to be environmentally friendly.
Well, because of the lead and the bullets. Trust me, I know. Yeah, no, and then that ammo ain't cheap either. That much.
Yep. California's gay. All right, back to video.
Yep.
A few days later, on October 22nd, when Biden appeared in the second presidential debate and was confronted with the facts of the Post reporting, he said to Trump, quote, 50 former national intelligence professionals said this. What he's accusing me of is a Russian plot. But it was not. And he knew that. Now, fast forward to this year, 3 years later. Just last spring, House investigators revealed it was a call by now Secretary of State Antony Blinken to former acting CIA Director Michael Morell that prompted the spy letter published by Politico, which bypassed agency approval processes that would have been normally applied. It is also now known that ahead of my reporting, federal agencies were priming social media companies to execute an operation to discredit it. According to internal documents released by Elon Musk upon his acquisition of Twitter, the FBI and other intelligence community members essentially directed the platform's censorship operation, in part externally by working with top management and in part internally by social media companies hiring eye-popping numbers of agency alumni. Journalist Michael Schallenberger reported, based on documents he obtained from Musk, that during all of 2020, the FBI and other law enforcement agencies repeatedly primed Twitter executives to dismiss reports of Hunter Biden's laptop as a Russian hack and leak operation.
And that's just Twitter. That's just what we know about. And the only reason that we know about that is because Elon Musk bought it up and fucking released that information to all of us so that we could know it. Like, what is YouTube up to? What is Facebook up to? Presumably the same shit. Presumably the exact same shit, with the exact same people behind it. So you have a government in our federal government under Joe Biden currently, and before, I mean, under Trump too, but it wasn't under the direction of Trump. It was the deep state going directly against what Trump wanted. Going against the American people's right to freedom of speech. And freedom of speech also means what you have the right to hear. Like if someone isn't allowed to convey an idea to the masses, that's only half the damage. The other half of the damage is the masses don't get to hear it. The people don't get to argue for or against the idea that's being presented, right? And that's ultimately what the point of freedom of speech is so that everyone's ideas can be heard, and through argument and discussion and deep thought over years of time, maybe some of these issues can be worked out without bullets, without baseball bats to kneecaps, without burning children like Hamas, without dropping bombs on fucking hospitals like Israel, supposedly. Again, we don't know. But without that discourse, without that ability to speak and be heard and hear, we aren't allowed to have those conversations, so things escalate. Like, why are we at where we're at in this country? Is it because hate speech and because they got to silence more people? Or is it because they've silenced people and bad ideas haven't been able to get into the sunlight to disinfect and die? And good ideas have been stifled so they can't spread. Anyway, I digress. Onward. We've only got a minute left.
Feds arranged for top secret security clearances to be granted to Twitter management and even had encrypted messaging networks set up, which they dubbed a virtual war room. To this day, hundreds of people from the intelligence community work at social media companies. Over the last few years, my reporting has been confirmed by virtually every mainstream news outlet, from the Washington Post to the New York Times to Politico, when the stakes were nothing, by the way, 2 years later. No one denies that the laptop is real, that the origin story is exactly what I told you it was in the first place. This elaborate censorship conspiracy wasn't because the information being reported on was false. It was because it was true, and it was a threat to the power centers in this country. What this relationship between the US government officials and American corporations represent is an unprecedented push to undermine the First Amendment, the right to think, write, read, say whatever we want. And how we respond will determine whether we see a free press as inalienable or as optional.
There you go. So, I don't know. I don't think there's any information that us here who've been paying attention the whole time haven't at least heard, if not like remember and can recite. But there's a lot of people out there who probably don't know that whole story. So I don't know. I thought it was a good video.
Antony Blinken, the dude who is current Secretary of State, is actually the dude who's been running the show this whole time. He's been Biden's handler since like 2011.
I wrote about this, though. This is one reason why Trump supporters say the 2020 election was stolen. This is only one reason. There are many more. She does a wonderful job breaking down the series of events, names some major players who need to be held accountable. I have zero faith they will be. And unfortunately, I think that's probably correct. Like going back to what Van Drake was saying earlier, like, what do you do? What do you do in the face of all of this? What do you do when you see this much corruption? What do you do when you see World War III on like looming on the fucking horizon? When you see the breakdown of fucking, civil society around you because multiple reasons. It seems like it's all happening at once, like a fucking coordinated attack, like a controlled demolition of a building is what it feels like, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do? Do you start
You
fighting
dig
against you exactly, you get ready and you take care of the people that you care about.
Yep.
You get ready, you buy food, you buy water, you buy like life straws, get some fucking life straws, get a generator if you can, get a like all the things. You guys know what you need to do. You don't need us to tell you, don't need us to go over it again. We've already had these conversations over the years, like hundreds of times, literally. So that's the things that you can do, is take care of yourself, take care of the ones you love, and if you can, take care of your neighbors, take care of the people around you, because that's all you can do, and that's all any of us are going to be able to do in the face of this terrible, tyrannical future that we're all facing. I mean, again, it's a technological enslavement of humanity in a way that's never been tried before, because they've never had the ability to do what they can do now. And with that ability, with that AI tracking of keywords so that they know who the dissidents are and they can come for us one by one, like, replacement of labor and like self-driving cars and all the things that are coming, like the future that we're in for could be a paradise. It honestly could be. It could be like Star Trek. It could be that future that we've all been like dreaming about and fantasizing about since we were kids.
That's what they're trying to do, but there needs to be a mass depopulation.
Right. They want that for them, not for us.
Well, they don't necessarily just want it for them. I think what they believe is, in order to have that, there just needs to be less people. They truly believe that there's just way too many people in the world.
They want Elysium.
And in order to have like that really nice, good utopia, they need to be able to have control. But the more people it is, the harder it is to control people. So they just need a mass depopulation. Then, honestly, I think they feel like it'll be better for everybody, not just them.
I mean, given how the way history is going, I mean, I think stuff goes in cycles. So we might have like this whole dystopia thing. Then after that, we might go back to being good again. Like, think with the Roman Empire and all those different civilizations that happened. I can see us turning more into like the freaking demolition world, cyberpunk-esque world.
Cyberpunk-esque.
Some more close to that, like, Judge Dredd. It's technically sound. We got a lot of technology, but it's a lot of fucked up shit and poverty and around it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going nowhere close to Star Trek anytime soon, or
I think
probably more close to Star Wars with the mythology and shit.
The technology itself, I don't think is inherently good or bad, right?
Yeah.
It's innocuous. It could be used either way. Like a firearm, right? A firearm by itself, a handgun, is not inherently good or bad. It just is. It's in the hands of a good guy, it becomes a tool for the force of good. In the hands of a bad guy, it becomes a tool for the destruction of good, for the use of evil, whatever you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Buy fucking solar generators.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, I say diversify, not just solar.
Not a bad idea.
Because aren't solar generators like quiet, because you definitely want something that's quiet. Like you don't want a gas generator. Those things are so fucking loud.
Well, I give
And
you an
it's like,
example
oh, this
because I
person's
actually
got running water or some shit and power and all that with his generator. That's gonna bring so much attention towards you.
well, no, I give you an example because I live in a pretty much the power went out to like a whole bunch of blocks, right? And it was foggy like Silent Hill. My house was the only house that had a generator where the whole house was lit up, and you can hear that loud ass generator going.
Yes, how my mom.
So you know, people were kind of a little like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I say,
Now
like,
you're sounding like a target.
yeah, that's what I said. If you got to get something that stores power and that you can use for later, like at night or something, black out your windows or some shit, bring the generator into the house and use whatever stored power you got to like power an electric stove and do some cooking or some shit.
You know what this sounds
that
like?
loud ass generator is gonna get you killed.
You know what this sounds like? A zombie movie. No, I'm serious. Because, like, think about this. In the zombie movie, the guy with the generator brings the horde around him, and then the horde comes in and eats him, and then they take his shit. It's the same shit, dude. Just
And
instead of zombies, you got, like, fucking desperate people.
Yep. And on top of that, you're not gonna have gas forever. Like, you're not gonna be able to go down the street and go keep collecting gas. That shit's gonna dry up. So it's like, I don't see why it is. If electric generators is a thing with where you can store power, gas generators are completely useless unless you're just out in the middle of nowhere and you have a fucking abundance of fucking gas.
Okay,
and
I was looking at this.
Eventually, it goes bad.
Honda makes it's a motorcycle, a 150L is what it's called, right? And it's like a dual sport on-road, off-road 150cc single cylinder motor that gets 130 miles per gallon out of the box.
Damn.
Top speed of 65 miles an hour. Like, and they cost less than $3,000.
Are you serious? Damn, I'll buy one of those.
Brand new from Honda. And then you can get it financed too. So you're looking at like a $50 a month payment. I'm considering getting one. Again? It's the 150L. Here, let's look at it.
Okay.
So it's like a little dual sport bike, you know? Looks like a dirt bike, but it also has turn signals and headlights. You can put plates on it. It's street legal, so you can drive it on the street or off-road. And they get supposedly 130 miles per gallon.
And you said it's electric too, right?
No, it's not electric.
Oh,
no.
It's not electric at all.
But, I mean, think about it. Like, okay, gas is going to be hard to find, right? Well, if I have a gallon of gas, I can make it, 50 miles to the store and back. Or wherever I have to go, Plus, here's another thing. Like the other day, this happened to me, where I was sitting at home and I heard sirens going by, and then I heard more sirens going by, and then I heard more sirens going by, and I look out the window, and there's a SWAT truck on the way to my kid's high school, which I live like right by, right? And I could have hopped in my car. I could have hopped in the RAV and like waited for traffic and got on the road and like waited for traffic and waited and like 15 minutes later got into the school. But on my motorcycle, I was like, okay, I'm going to find out what's going on. Ran downstairs, put on my helmet, started the bike, cut between fucking like shit that cars can't fit between, like ran the yellow line median between traffic all the way up to the school. And I was there in like, it was 60 seconds from the time I'm like, okay, let's go. Like there's some, there are some examples of like, especially without rule of law, where maybe there's going to be cars in the road and obstacles and things that you can't get over. Like this thing can go off-road a little bit. This can go on-road just fine. Like an option like this, and look at the price, $29.71.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
And I forget what the financing on that is, but it's like $60 a month is what it is. It's like seriously fucking cheap. And then insurance on a thing like this is like $15-$20 a month. So you're looking at $75 a month out the door and like nothing down, and this is your bike. I feel like a salesman right now. I'm sorry. Robert Downey Jr. went vegan, apparently. And now he's iron deficiency man.
Doesn't even look like Robert Downey Jr.
No, it really doesn't, does it?
No.
I think you gotta be like made to be vegan because there's some vegans out there that are vegan and like fucking 70 years old and they look fucking 50. They look good and healthy as shit. But I feel like it's like I don't know if it has something to do with like a certain blood type you are. Certain
I know certain products
history
that
tree.
that's one of those things.
But
I'm sure a
it's
lot of
like,
it has to do with
because some vegans are very, very healthy and skins look great, everything. And then you got some that just look fucking horrible. Like, dude, eat meat, please.
I think a lot of it has to do with like, okay, you're all vegan, so here's your choices of food. Some choose like a well-balanced diet that gets all their fucking protein and like iron and vegetable or like I don't know, all the little micronutrients and things that you need and protein.
Mm-hmm.
And others are like, well, these Boca burgers taste good, and that's vegan, and these French fries are vegan, so I'm going to eat these, and you know what I mean? They just fill up on crap.
Yeah,
Yep.
true.
Or certain stuff they say, oh, it's vegan, but you find out like, it got worse shit in the world of what's in it.
Yeah.
Well, again, French fries are vegan. You can, if you're a vegan, you can eat all the deep fried French fries with salt that you want.
Yeah, and that shit's really bad.
So it just depends on what you eat. Raw Feeding dropped in $2, said, dropped a comment. And I don't see it. I still don't see it. Or are you talking this one? This is exactly why a silenced .22 rifle is better for shit hits the fan. It's quiet, and you're not going to be heard for miles.
Yeah.
As far as what, hunting?
No, like shit hit the fan because when I was talking about how
shit.
loud generators are, like generators just get you fucking killed.
Yeah.
If
I
you
mean, I
live
get
in a
what
city.
he is saying as far as 22, but I don't know about that as far as if you're going against people, especially how the damage quality. I mean, you already got so many different rounds that are very silent that, you know, like 45 and 300 blackout, and the list can go on.
I think everyone should have like a pellet gun or a BB gun too. Because think about this. You can kill squirrels and rabbits and birds and like all kinds of shit with a BB gun.
Rats.
And it's
case.
basically silent. Like compared to a bullet, it's silent. What is like 10,000 BBs cost like fucking $30 or something?
Yeah, it's literally probably like 30, 40 bucks. Man.
And how much are the air canisters going these days?
Get you a pump. Don't even get an air canister. Get
I was about to say that. Pump it up.
Yeah.
Both. Get both.
$30, 10 pounds.
Oh, that's airsoft though. But
you know what's funny? You want to hear a funnier part? I couldn't even buy shit. I couldn't buy shit like that in California. No joke. Anything with BBs shipped to my house.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I was trying to, you know how you get those range bags and you got to fill them up with something? I'm like, oh, let me fill them up with BBs. Oh, you cannot sell this in California.
Bro,
Kinda like
please
Leo in
move
Chicago.
out of there. What is wrong with you, man? You are not American. Move from there.
so here's 6,000 for
Moving out of next
$10.
year.
So you spend $20 on ammo, $75 on a gun. So you spent $100, and you have 6,000 rounds of varmint killer on tap. I think it's a great fucking $100.
Yeah.
It was just funny because my dad has a BB gun. I remember those kind of bullets. Those little.
Well, you can get pellets too. The pellets are
I
better.
mean-
They're a little bit more accurate, but they cost more and they're more of a pain in the butt. I'd say just go
Yeah.
BBs, dude.
But
If
I
you
wouldn't
get one
be
of
able,
those- Go ahead.
but like I was saying, the one where I lived at in my city, I couldn't even get the plastic ones to buy them on Amazon. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn. No, because for real, especially the metal ones, and you get like a 1,200 feet per second. I used to have a 1,200 foot per second little pump gun that took the metal bullets, dude. Like if you had good aim and you shot somebody in the eye with that, dude, you'll kill them. That shit'll go into the back of the brain.
This is the one that I have. It's a 10 pump, shoots at 880 feet per second, and this will kill magpies, crows, rabbits, bird, like any kind of bird that flies around, any kind of fucking like squirrel or whatever you got around you. Like if it's a deer, probably not going to kill it. If it's a fucking person, probably not the best idea to shoot them with this, right? But if you're like looking for lunch and shit hits the fan,
I had a Ruger that did 1,200.
Yeah, if you want to kill critters.
anyway, that's what I would recommend, and that's $63 plus another $20, so you're looking at like $85, and you've got your whole setup for varmint killing. I mean, minus the stick to cook it on.
Right. All the mice you can eat.
Daniel, better solution I heard is just buy enough land that no one can hear gunshots or the generator.
Yeah, and that's why we're all going to Daniel's land here soon.
Honestly, dude, like, I don't know. If we get a good group of people, though, we'd be way better off, like, off in the wilderness, working together to, like, chop down trees and build log cabins and fucking plant corn and shit like that, than we would be, like, living in the city dealing with what is coming.
Yep. And we can always call it Ranch Havidians. Kidding.
I mean, yeah, because I'm back when you were talking about like, oh, supplies and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, remember, I'm doing the whole move, so that's a whole different thing for me.
There will be no ranch.
Only Zua.
Yep.
Not in the. When I become king of the world, the first thing I'm going to do is outlaw ranch across all the lands.
Can we have blue cheese?
You can have blue cheese. I don't care. People don't ask for extra blue cheese. They ask for extra ranch.
Don't lie. You know, if that happened, you would take bass and ranch.
Just to piss everybody off, yeah. Just like dump it out, like make a ranch slip and slide, like a ranch water park.
I guess I have to switch over to Thousand Island.
Grumpy Bear says that's a nice Ray plan.
This is true.
Although, man, if things get bad enough, it's like the Ray plan was better than, better than we thought. See, the cops are already here. You hear them?
Yep, I hear it.
Yep. Coming for your ass.
Yep, they're here. They're like literally here. Someone must be dying at the apartment complex across the way. I hope everybody's okay.
Honda goes dark in 3, 2, 1.
Probably domestic violence.
Yeah, right. Dr. Prepper said 22 will take a deer, no problem. Headshot. I would prefer definitely to have a 22 for if I needed to think about giving up my position plus shit hits the fan, PVC pipe, muffler. Yeah, you can make, like, if you're at shit hits the fan, it's like oil filter, fucking all the things are on the table, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if I was hunting with this, I would probably also be carrying either a handgun or like a real rifle of some kind, I wouldn't have just this, especially if it was without rule of law. The Ray plan is better than no plan. Well, the Ray plan was like, I don't even have land. I don't know. Not that we would have the Daniel land, but like, not that Daniel's even okay with this. So it's not even a plan, really. So I don't know.
Yeah. Daniel ain't said yes or no yet.
Daniel has to be okay with this or else.
We'll make him okay with it. I'm just kidding. It's like, what part of Oklahoma are you in? Unless you tell us, we don't know. It's like, we're never going to find you. So don't worry about it. The problem with inviting Ray to the compound is he might try to fuck a Sasquatch if he found it. Did he try to fuck you while we were in Tulsa, Corey?
Hell no.
Well, you're the closest thing to a Sasquatch, so.
I don't know. I kept my distance best I could.
Well,
The
after the
motherfucker was trying to crush me in the back of in the back seat when Matt was driving 90 miles a fucking hour. That hurt.
the whole park incident kind of that sealed the deal for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like I was pretty fed up with all the bullshit, but then once that park incident happened, I'm just like, you know what? I don't care about you anymore. I don't want to care. Like, and the thing was, like, he knew he went too far because later that night he was being all like nice and cool and stuff, and it's like, nah, bitch, you went too far. You've crossed the line. Once you feel disgust for someone, it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah, he had everybody stressed the fuck out. I didn't even know him hardly at all. That was the first time meeting him, and I was like, fuck this shit.
I was disgusted. I was absolutely, like, I was thinking, like, maybe meeting him in person, he'll be different and things will be, and it was like, nope, you are every bit of a shit that you were on the chats and worse. So, yeah. Compound bow of some sort. That's not a bad idea. Or like a crossbow too.
Yeah.
Like people think like
silent.
That little
like
one that we were talking about weeks ago.
I mean, we all talked about this.
Recrank it.
I know we talked about that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I still plan on getting that bow. I still plan on getting that. What was like $130? It was cheap.
Yeah, something like that.
It was like 70 or 80, I thought.
It was two different ones. I think that I know I was looking at. Oh, it was two different ones, but it was the same company. I think it was like a smaller one with a stock and one without. I think.
Yeah.
This is like I used to have a crossbow that was similar to this. I don't think it's exactly the same. But 150-pound compound draw, dude, this thing would kill the fuck out of a deer or a zombie or an intruder or your foot, like anything it shoots.
You just got to make sure you get that clean line of sight though, because those bolts can actually get smacked into trees and shit.
Yeah, a lot of people think like, oh, I've got, like 10 arrows for my crossbow equals infinite ammo. And it's like, well, sometimes, I guess, because a lot of the time when you shoot an arrow, you can get the arrow back. Sometimes when you shoot the arrow, you never find it again. Sometimes when you shoot the arrow, it splits into a million pieces or breaks in some way that you can't fix. So it just,
If you get 20 carbon fiber arrows, those are really hard to break.
Or just treat it like you do like other ammunition. Just buy a shit ton of it.
Buy a shit ton of it and baby it.
Well, and I'm like, okay, what about the broadheads?
Have like 500 arrows. That'll last you the rest of your life and your probably kids' life.
Or learn how to make some.
That too.
Like the broadheads, though, like those things break. Like a lot of the time when you shoot, the broadhead will break. The arrow might not, but the broadhead will. And unless you're going to use field points and like killing a deer with field points, that's a bad idea because.
Just get you some obsidian and make you little arrowheads out of obsidian.
If you know how, I mean, that's kind of a skill that takes time to learn, Yep.
What are you going to do in the apocalypse and have time on your hands?
You fuckers, now I want a crossbow.
Eduardo brings up a good point about slingshots.
Slingshots, okay.
I think
Uncle Dennis the Menace.
When I was a kid, we fucked around with BB guns. We fucked around with slingshots. We had all the things, right? I have killed a fuck ton of birds and stuff with BB guns. I don't think I've ever killed anything with a slingshot.
Well, it also depends on what you're shooting because they do make like metal. It's almost like ball bearings now to use with them. and those can kill very quickly.
Can being the key word. You got to hit like the perfect spot on the animal with like the, like right, dude, it's so fucking hard to do. It's basically worthless. It's basically impossible. And if you were counting on that for food, you're going to starve. You're going to starve. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Got to have good observation hockey for that.
I mean, yeah, people used to kill each other with slings, but it wasn't the best weapon.
God Usopp.
See, something like this wouldn't be bad. 175-pound draw weight, 245 feet per second. That'd kill a deer. That'd kill whatever. And then you don't have to worry about it's a recurve bow. It's not the fucking compound, So like if shit breaks, you just put a new string on it, it's fine. Like with a compound bow, like putting a new string on it's like good luck. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, here you go. Here's the 3D printers thing. Sadly, this isn't a meme. New York lawmakers are trying to require NICS check for 3D printers. Seriously. And that's Jennifer Regmer, Democrat, of course, New York.
Seems about right for New York.
Oh, here's some pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian, I don't know what you call them, rioters, insurrectionists at the White House, and they're fighting with Capitol Police and, like, I don't know, rustling fences and doing all the things that, what's that dude's name? He used to be on InfoWars. Got Joe Biggs. Thank you. We got it at the same time. Joe Biggs got 17 years, 18 years, and he shook a fence. That's what he did. He shook a fence. And then the next day, he went on his talk show and said some things that they didn't like. That's what he did. But again, it shows you the unequal application of the law in the United States, where depending on your political affiliation, if you're on the right, we will use you as an example. We will throw the book at you. We will arrest you and throw away the key and charge you to the maximum extent of the law. If you're on the left, meh.
And is it all women or people that look like women, should I say?
Look like all women.
That's actually, I didn't notice that before. That's funny.
That one there. Right.
Maybe that's why they're not nervous.
Exactly. I'm quite sure there's a couple of ma'ams in that group, though.
While violent crime is down in the U.S., newly released FBI data shows that isn't the case for Colorado. So I was looking at violent crime and, like, it spiked in 2021, right? There was a slight spike over the already increasing levels, and it's gone down a little bit since then. But we're talking, like, instead of, 600 violent crimes per 100,000 people, we're talking, like, 560 violent crimes per 100,000 people is the rate now. So it went down a little bit. In Colorado, it since 2012 has basically doubled. Like, Denver's fucking crazy, bro. Like, I don't even go downtown anymore. A lot of people don't go downtown anymore. The businesses downtown used to rely on, foot traffic on 16th Street Mall and people coming from the suburbs to, like, have date night with the wife and go get, like, a nice dinner. No one's doing that anymore because it's not safe. And the amount of homeless people is insane. And these businesses downtown are failing left and right. Like, a lot of them are going out of business. The eviction rate in Colorado is the highest it has ever been on record. They have never had more evictions than they've had already this year in any other year. And this year's not even over yet. Like, they've already broke the record. So that's going on. I don't know. Like, Colorado's doing not so great, and it's kind of scary. How are things where you guys are at?
In Chicago, great. Wonderful.
I mean, on Saturday, I had 4 guys pull guns out on me.
What the fuck happened?
I was doing security at a club, and this one dude was trying to get in through the back door, and I told him he can't get in through the back door, and he started threatening me and shit. Closed the door on him. Went out, grabbed the other 2 security guards, and was like, "Hey, I got a problem out back. We gotta get these guys up out of here." Go out back, and turned out my cousin Dre, he the head of security, but he knew 2 of them. He kind of knew 2 of them, and I was like, "Okay, well, you know them, they can stay." I just tell this dude, hey, don't threaten me. I can't let you in through the back door. I'm just doing my job. You don't need to threaten me. And I start, he yapping at the mouth. I'm just walking away. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm not somebody you want to smoke with. I just walking away, and he pulled a gun out on me, and the other 3 in the back pulled a gun out. It was, and the one that was talking shit was like, "Bob, blow your head off right now." And I went, and I grabbed my straw ball out of the office. And I come back outside, and they fucking ducking and hiding shit. Don't want to do nothing no more.
Jesus, dude.
I'm curious. Are you an armed guard or no?
No, it's a private property bar.
Okay.
It's not like a downtown, one of those more private. They mainly host like fucking parties and shit in this private property.
No, yeah, the way you're telling me like, oh yeah, we're hosting like a bar or party in like club or whatever, I'm like, I already know there's gonna be motherfuckers trying to sneak in the area with guns.
Yeah.
Easily. I mean, over where I'm at, stuff's just a standstill beside certain fucking laws and do some dispatching.
Yeah, it's too much that go on out here.
Oh, I've been seeing a lot of fires going on. I just left one earlier when I was coming home. Like somebody did one of them homeless people be hanging near the freeway and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fire.
But yeah, those kind of clubs, you get a lot of leeway. I know in Chicago, if you have like a members only club, you get a lot of leeway than just having like a regular club.
So yeah, this club has their own members and stuff. It's not like members only, but they have members, and
right.
Of course, just about anybody can come in, but they 25 and up too. It's 25 and up. You can't be like 18 or 20. You gotta be 25 or older.
Right. Yeah, like the clubs I go to is like members only stuff.
How many times have you guys been shot at? I've been shot at once, and it was kind of fucking scary, gotta admit.
Twice.
Surprisingly, none.
Yeah, twice for me.
About 4 or 5 times I've been shot at.
4 for me, I think. Yeah.
Jesus.
Funny. I live in Gaming Capital, but yeah, I'd never been shot at.
Yeah, I was at the gas station after I got off work. I've told this story before. And I'm picking out a Gatorade, and then the McDonald's drive-through people are having an argument with this dude and his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend drags him out the door, and that's the end of it, right? Or so I thought. And then about 10 seconds later, cap. Like he unloaded a magazine into the building that we were inside of, right? I hit the fucking deck. Like this other dude, like fucking pretends to be Batman and like runs outside. And then there's like the dude who works there who's behind like bulletproof glass just chilling, right? And then pretty soon I'm like, oh shit, I'm the only one in here who's not behind bulletproof glass. If this guy comes in, like I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I run to my car, and like right when I get to my car, he drives by in his car and shoots at me and misses.
That's crazy.
He didn't hit my car. Like I had nothing to do with shit, bro. I was just picking out Gatorade. I want the orange or the blue. I don't know.
And you got shot because of it. Got shot at because of it. That's crazy. Right. That's America. I mean, bro, I was thinking the other day, like we Americans, we are fucking nuts. Like, everywhere else in the world, it's like, oh man, we hope we don't have that over here. We hope we don't get invaded. Here comes, and then Americans, come on over, come on. Yeah, that's what we come on.
We're nuts in a different way compared to some others.
No, bro, we're fucking nuts. We're like,
I
come
don't,
on,
Eduardo
I'm
come
willing to
says-
argue, no, there's
come
people
invade us.
that have different views of what we think is might be a little outlandish, but yeah, that's the point I was trying to say.
Eduardo says, did you shoot back? And the answer is no. I actually didn't have a gun on me that night. I carried it that time, but I wasn't like religious about it. And that particular night, for whatever reason, I just wasn't carrying. So
I know that made you religious about it right there.
oh yeah. After that,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? We gotta have this bad
So
boy
they caught you
everywhere we go.
I mean, I had an uncle that got in between of a shootout. They were in Detroit, and I was over in Ohio at that time. I wanted to see my grandfather because he's gonna live the rest of his days over there before he died.
Jesus, Ghost Shadow says shot at and hit 2 times. Caught some shotgun pellets. Had shots fired in my direction 4 other times. Dude, what are you doing, Ghost Shadow?
Damn.
That's 6 times you got shot at, twice you got hit. Holy fuck. I got hit with a BB gun once. That kind of hurt pretty bad, actually.
When I was younger, I would say, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe 8. We had a neighbor that every time we stepped outside our door in our front yard, he'd shoot at us with a 22. He did that multiple times until the cops finally caught him in the act of shooting.
I mean, I've had guns pulled on me before. Like, there was a Halloween when we were a kid, and these guys, like, pulled a gun and fucking stole our candy. I don't think they were going to do anything, but it was like, like, I guess have the candy, fuck me.
Right.
And then there was another time where my buddy Jimmy was dealing weed, and I was hanging out with him, and we sold weed to the wrong guy. And, like, he didn't pull it on me, but I was there, so I count that, I guess. I don't know. Jimmy pussed out.
The town I grew up in, it was small, and First Street was like crackhead central, and that's a street you didn't really want to go down because there's always violence and shit all the time. And I was in a hurry to get home for something I don't remember, and I just happened to cut down that street because it was a hell of a shortcut. Yeah, I got shot at for going down that street. I got hit twice in the truck. One hit, I think, towards the bed, and the other one hit the door jamb right behind my head. So
today I've seen 4 people smoking crack at the bus stop. Just chilling at the bus stop smoking crack.
Are you sure it was crack, not meth?
That's not a big thing in Chicago.
Oh, I guess you're right, huh?
I mean, hard times in Chicago.
Were they all together as a group, or was it individuals?
No, there was a group. No, it was probably individuals get together as it's fucking homeless people everywhere.
Dude, around here it's all
crack parties.
So
everyone around here is it's either heroin or meth. Like, there's not much. I mean, maybe people are doing crack. I don't know. I'm not in the drug scene, so I don't know what people are doing. But you can tell when they're smoking meth because they look like they smoke meth. And you can tell when they do heroin because they do the zombie thing where they like bend over at the waist and you just see them like slumped over and shit.
Yep. No, over here it's more like see some meth, some heroin, and cocaine. That's it. Like crack kind of died down a little bit here.
Heroin and fentanyl so high as go-tos now.
Eric said she was shot 3 times.
What the fuck, Tara?
Shot 3 times, twice by family.
Oh.
What the fuck, Tara? Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
Thanksgivings must be great.
Yeah,
I'm so surprised I'm the only one never been shot at.
Thinking back, there was probably a couple times where I don't know if I was being shot at particularly. I think it was more hunting season and stray rounds went in my general direction is what it was.
Oh shit, that's countless of times for me. Right, those I don't even count.
Yeah, where you hear a pew.
Yep. Or like your hair go through the tree leaves.
I heard no shots, but that's
I
it.
don't think I've ever had that happen to me. Not that I've noticed anyway. Maybe it has, but I didn't hear it, or you know what I mean? Although I guess when that guy shot at me at the gas pump, it happened then. Because they skipped by the fucking pavement by me.
Should there's a van in my garage. It was my uncle's that still has the window shot out of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that happened during the murder. On the 4th of July. Like a couple of years back.
If you sold all your shit, Leo, like everything you fucking own, right?
Okay.
And got, like put it all in the bank and bought a bus ticket, you could make it to another city, find a place to live, find a job in time, and fucking work it out, dude, and get the fuck out of fucking Dodge. I mean, it would take a commitment, and it would take you literally sacrificing everything you have, maybe like spare a few things that you want to keep or whatever, or things that aren't worth money for sure. But like anything worth money, gone, sold. And you could, figure out a way. And I'm not saying like you should do it or that you're a pussy for not doing it, because that's a huge fucking move, bro. Like that's that's giant. And like leaving everybody behind that and any support system that you have in the area that you're in, like moving to a new city, not knowing anybody there or whatever, and like just working it out. Like that's huge.
I mean, I have family in Texas and in Las Vegas and Arizona that told me, like, if you wanted to move there, you can come down. I've been in talks with people.
So it's possible I can run into you, huh? Because I mean, your situation is way more dire than mine.
Right.
I wouldn't go to Vegas, I don't think, right now. Like with the way things are going to be going in the future, like people aren't going to be like, oh, let's go on a vacation to the Sin City and do a bunch of gambling and spread our money. Because like that's what that city lives on, is people doing tourism and coming there and blowing fucking shit tons of money.
Yeah, but how many people still do that though? There's way too many people, and it's like an international thing now.
Oh, I understand, but like if things start going bad, that's out the fucking window, and that city fucking starves to death. Not literally, but like financially, they get starved out of existence financially. Because what do they produce besides that? Yeah, I don't know either.
That's a good question, man.
I mean, you got the dam.
Well, plus, if you have a grid down situation, you're fucked anyway because it's all AC
desert
in the place there.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember. Okay, like the first time I ever went to Vegas, I drove and drove and drove, and the sun went down, and I finally got there, and I pulled into this parking garage, and parked my car, and got out, and there was so much heat coming off of my car that I thought it was broken. Right? I'm like, dude. Like, oh no. Like, oh no.
Oh no.
All right, I'll figure this out later. I'm just gonna go inside. And I took like 5 steps away from my car. And I'm like, oh, it's just that hot here. That's just just feels like a fucking, like your car's broken right next to you all the time. At midnight with the sun. Like that was the thing that threw me for a loop. Like the sun's fucking down, dude. It's midnight. In Colorado, at that point, it's cold outside. But no, not in fucking Las Vegas.
Not in the desert.
All right, guys. Well, it's been over an hour and a half, which is how long we normally go for the Tuesday night Taco Tuesday with E Honda and friends.
Anus.
I hope that it was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully, we didn't bring you down too much with World War III and Hamas and all the water pipe rockets blowing up hospitals and killing 500 children and all the other things that happened today. Right. That's pretty fucking depressing, but
Before we go, I want to leave this off on a high note. In about a month, Ohio is finally going to get Second Amendment Preservation Act as a floor vote.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Second Amendment preservation.
Yay, Ohio. Yay. Go fuck yourself, Ohio.
Go fuck
Hey,
yourself.
you know here, the court, bro. Hold on, before we leave, I want to talk about the Illinois gun ban and how they're not ruling on it. I honestly believe they're not gonna rule on it. Like they're not gonna do it until after January 1st, when the deadline to registering your rifles are, because they know, like,
when does it go
because
to the 7th Circuit?
it's in the US, it's in like the ninth, the Illinois like Supreme Court right now, but then they won't rule on it because I feel like they're just waiting because they know they there's no text, history, or tradition of banning certain guns.
Well, it's the Bruin decision.
They're in common use. Yeah, they know they have to rule it as unconstitutional. So because this case was heard all the way back in June, and it's fucking the middle of October. Like, come on now. Why are you waiting so long? And typically Illinois does that. Like, Illinois is typically good at
waiting till the
ruling on
last day.
no, not to the last day, because they can take as long as they want. The thing what Illinois does, if you follow them, usually within a month or two they'll rule on it, but it's never in the favor of the plaintiff, always in favor of the state. And they're good at that. Typically, when they take a year, because they have done that, taking an entire year to rule on something is because it's not going to go in the state's favor. They wait forever. So that's why I know, and I feel like they're going to rule it as unconstitutional. The AR-15 and 10-round mag ban, they're going to rule it unconstitutional. But they're waiting until January 1st, after January 1st, for everybody that complies and register their guns.
Well, I'm pretty sure if they've been paying attention to stuff even from my state, no matter who wins it, they still gonna play that. Oh, we're gonna wait it for a long time.
Yeah, that's what
that happens.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what's in the
And
courts now.
meanwhile,
They've been waiting. We've been waiting
while they're
since
fighting
June.
it, the rule that they have in place is in effect. So
Yeah.
if you're caught with, or you try to buy, or you're not able to buy any of the things they don't want you to, while they're doing it, and then as soon as like they make the ruling on it, they'll find some other way to attack it. They'll find some other loophole to get around it. They'll find some other method, like be it like, oh well, you can buy an AR-15, but you have to pay an annual $10,000 tax on it so that you can have it, or you know what I mean, like some shit like that. I don't fucking know what they're gonna do in the future, but
I mean,
it seems like
what they do in
they're always
Chicago.
pushing to get rid of people's right to bear arms, because it's like they're gonna do some shit that a normal person would shoot them for.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
I mean, just like with Chicago, what they do is, okay, they find AR-15s, like the ban on AR-15s unconstitutional. Now what they do is say, okay, the gun is, but all the accessories around it are just accessories and not the gun, including magazines. So they're going to be like, okay, 5 or 10 round mags for your AR-15. No lights, no lasers.
Yeah,
No,
they can do that.
no collapsible stock and stuff like that.
That's how it is in California.
Right.
You gotta
Difference
have
is in California though. Like you go to a fucking,
things.
if you go to a fucking gun range in California though, everybody's got the shit they're not supposed to have, bro.
Hey, don't tell them that. We don't know who's listening.
Well, if it was just one guy, I'd be like, yeah, I saw a dude there. Everyone's got the shit, bro. They've all got it.
I mean, I've seen people with pistol braces, yeah.
And you didn't immediately call and tell authorities, you're going to jail because of that.
Well, that's the thing. The fucking people at the range, they're like doing everything they can to not look at your shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I just wouldn't trust it. I would, like, if I had some illegal shit, it wouldn't leave my safe, and I wouldn't like shoot it in that state. See, like I go to Indiana to go shoot, and I drive an hour and 30 minutes to go to gun range.
For me, I would say the only thing that's kind of sketchy, especially doing here in California, is like, of course, if you got anything that's NFA, that's one. Or I don't know about the binary shit. I wouldn't press my luck on that, or maybe some things with the pistol. I don't know. See, I don't even know about stuff with the pistol brace.
You can't even have NFA items here in Illinois.
Yeah, you can't have them here in my state either.
Yeah, like short barrel rifles, even if you was to apply with the ATF, if you apply, you're going to jail because you just entrapped yourself.
Yeah.
What about an AR
Which I-
pistol?
Yeah, but used
That's
to before
legal,
that.
but it's illegal right now though because
Right.
the ban that's going on right now. Can't have none of
Yeah.
that shit. Like you can
What if you
have
already
it.
had one though? Like, are
Like
they
no,
going?
you can have it. It's grandfathered in, but they want you to register it. But like,
Oh my
ain't
God.
nobody complying with that registry shit.
I mean, you can have one where I'm at, but it's like it's so neutered. I think they want you to have it only single shot. But like I said, I shot some stuff that wasn't legal.
Dude, Colorado gun laws, in spite of being a liberal state, are actually pretty good, right? Like, yes, we've got the 3-day background check that just took effect, so that sucks, right? And we've got the 15-round magazine ban, and that sucks. But we've got legal open carry in the entire state except for city and county of Denver, and you can own basically whatever you want, again, except for city and county of Denver. So.
Wait, it does what is if you were set foot in Denver with certain stuff, where they like to prosecute you and shit?
I mean, technically, I don't know. I had a buddy who lived in Denver, and we went to a gun show together, and he bought an AK, and no one fucking blinked an eye. And they just sold it to him. So,
Well, you know what I mean. Like let's say because I think what Denver is like what I mean, your state is like what 15 rounds, right? So if I was carrying a 20 rounder, like concealed carry handgun or something, they'd trip on that because you're in the Denver limits. I take it.
No, because the way that the law is written, right? There's grandfather on magazines. They have to prove that you bought the magazine after the ban. So the onus is upon.
How are you gonna prove that?
Right? How do you prove that? So unless you like have the fucking the receipt on you, or the magazine's got a born on date on it, or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Again, I do appreciate everyone being here tonight. It's been a fun chat, and I like you all. I hope you all have a good evening.
2 more hours.
22 more hours. I'm never doing that again. That was horrible. All right, guys.
Yeah, that was rough.
Fucking love y'all. Have a good night. Peace out, y'all. Deuces, y'all. Sean Up, Ian Fringe. All the things that Matt says. Oh, Jake the Garden Snake's out there. What's up, man? How's it going? Buy old Russian mags with cash. Can't prove shit. Well, the thing is, we were looking at it yesterday, like how the closest out-of-state gun store to me is like 2 hours and 30 minutes away. So if I really just wanted to go buy some whatever, they can't stop you from doing that. And I don't know why they would try.
It depends. I
I'll be in
went
Vegas
to
in
Missouri
Texas soon.
and tried to buy a 30-round AK mag, and they wouldn't let me because I had an Illinois ID. They was like, "Oh, I can't sell you that." Yeah, I was up in St. Louis, Indiana. Indiana, I can. They didn't care. And
because St. Louis might have messed it up for everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, again, it's not legal or whatever, fine, but it's still like they have to prove it. And like that's the way that the rules are written in Colorado with the magazine laws. So again, unless you have like here's the credit card receipt from when I bought it yesterday, like I don't know. Plus what they also do in Colorado, like you can go to any old gun store, like literally any gun store, and they sell you for a significant markup, mind you. So instead of being like a $8, $15 magazine or whatever it is normally, they're basically double, triple. So you're spending like $30 for a normal AR-15 magazine. They sell you a magazine repair kit. And all it is a disassembled magazine. It's every piece of the magazine disassembled. And the thinking is that, well, if you have a grandfathered magazine, the spring might wear out, or the follower might wear out, or the case of the, like the body of the magazine might get damaged. So you should be able to replace any or all parts of that magazine and still have it. So that's what you do, is you just buy those and take them home, and everything's good.
Which is lucky, because we don't get nowhere close to that. That's why sometimes they even put that epoxy glue shit where you can't even fuck with the magazine.
Right, and they've got those
that's crazy,
purposely done like the drilled fucking 15-round magazines, and you can tell because like it's a little screw that's in the side of it or whatever that holds a little piece of plastic that stops the follower from going too far down. And if you take it apart and take out that screw and take out that little piece of plastic, you turn a 15-round magazine into a 30-round magazine. If they see that, they know what that is, and they'll fuck you for that, because they know that you specifically bought a 15-round magazine and turned it into a 30-round magazine. But again, I mean, I think in the entire history of like, what year was that? It was the Aurora Theater shooting. After that is when they passed the 15-round magazine law in Colorado. So that was what, 2015? I want to say. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
In that entire time, there's been exactly one person that I know of who's been charged with any kind of magazine crimes in Colorado, and it was a guy who, it was also a red flag law case, right? Where they showed up to his house and they took all of his guns and they were like, well, what are these magazines? And they fucked him. And I don't know what the case is with that exactly. 2012 was it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was 2012.
Anyway, well, they passed it in like a year or two later, and it went into effect like 2014. I want to say. I don't remember, dude. All right, well, fuck me standing. This is for the third time.
Let's derail it again. Somebody derail it.
Yep.
3 more hours. Daniel, super chat, Daniel.
Yep, I'm never doing a 24-hour stream again. That was fucking bullshit. All right, guys, peace out. Love y'all.
Peace.
Later.